We're joined by Lethbridge Hurricanes forward and Nashville Predators prospect Miguel Marques. Thanks for jumping on today. It's been a pretty whirlwind summer for you. Has everything sunk in yet?
Yeah, I'd say the past month and a bit is kind of getting back into the regular training and stuff. Being back in Vancouver, just kind of getting back in that rhythm. It's finally all kind of settled in, and the season and that draft process is kind of over.
Thinking back to draft weekend in Las Vegas, what aspects of that experience have really stuck with you?
I think kind of just the whole thing, kind of just being with my family, like being in such a cool place. Being in Vegas is kind of something that I've never been before, and that was something that's like being there is like, wow, it's like not as good as you see in the movies. Kind of have to experience it and stuff like that. And then obviously just the draft in the Sphere is probably the coolest place they've had it so far. And being there with all like that technology and my teammates and different buddies that got drafted too is pretty special.
You're well known for getting drafted to the WHL and then playing your first dub game the very next night. How does the whirlwind of going from the NHL draft to Nashville compare to that?
I think just kind of I think like going into the WHL game is kind of it was a little bit harder for me, I'd say, kind of just coming from like midget and then playing the next night against guys that are up to 5 years older than me was something that was like a little bit more scary, I'd say. Kind of kind of going to Nashville after getting drafted, it might have been like a little bit easier in that sense, kind of just playing against older guys and then getting comfortable in that way. But I think just being around that group and like with all the staff that they had down in Nashville, they made it really easy and made it really comfortable for everyone that was there. So I think kind of transitioning over to there was pretty easy, and that whirlwind was a lot easier than going back to Lethbridge.
What struck you about the level of competition and expectation from your first NHL development camp?
Yeah, I think kind of just everyone's good. Everyone's able to make plays. Like you see that even in the Western League level, it's just a step ahead because everyone there's still older guys there that are faster and stronger, and everyone can make plays. Like I said, so it's kind of just the little differences that help guys get to that level, and kind of seeing different guys there that have been drafted, say in the first round, and guys with different skill sets like that. It's kind of something that I just got to pick up and learn from.
A lot of guys you're familiar with from the WHL too, hey?
Yeah, there was quite a few of us that hung out down there for sure.
Tanner Mollendijk is a guy from a similar area of BC. Did you guys cross paths much growing up?
Yeah, we went to school together. He was in my class. We had a split class, so he was in my class for that year, and then we also played hockey that year together.
Oh, how was he as a student?
Oh, that was a while ago. I can't remember. I'd say pretty good.
What grade was it?
Five, I want to say five. He was in grade six. I was in grade five.
Oh, yeah, you're taking it way back then.
Yeah,
Yeah, but back to camp, what kind of messaging did you get from the staff there in terms of what they like in your game and what they want to see you work on?
yeah. I think just like my fieriness and compete is something that I've kind of always had, and looking to just kind of get better with different things during practices or just even off the ice. Kind of just looking for little details to pick up and always asking questions about that. And then just stuff to get better on. Like I said, just getting stronger and then faster going into main camp. The pace to play with all the NHL guys is going to even take another level up. So I think just kind of getting ready for that.
The Predators preach something called the standard. Can you tell me what that means?
Yeah, I think kind of just expectations. Like there's obviously the standard that needs to be held, and if you want to get to the next level, you have to meet that standard and even go above and beyond. So say just going extra like off ice things or just kind of putting extra time in the gym. Like obviously there's like little minimum stuff that you have to do, but then like the standard that they want is a little bit higher than that even. So just kind of making sure you're ready for that.
Nashville is also just known as an exceptionally cool city. What kind of things did you get to do around Nashville?
Yeah, I think we went down to Broadway a couple times down the strip there, so that's pretty cool. And then the 4th of July when we went down was pretty packed. So I think kind of just ripping the electric scooters down there was probably the highlight of all that, getting out and about.
I'm surprised you guys are allowed on those.
Yeah, no, it was pretty fast actually. I was kind of surprised when I first got on it, but it was fun.
You also chatted with the Tennessean during camp. They touched on you being the first Predators prospect of Portuguese descent. How do you feel about representing your heritage and culture that way?
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I think there's a few guys in the league that are Portuguese, and obviously I want to get to that level and play in the league. So if I can just be another one to add on to that, that'd be super special.
Where do you want to see yourself take a step forward in your game this year?
I think just round out the full 100 or full 200-foot game. I think kind of being offensive player, I think I might cheat a little bit offensively and kind of have offensive instincts to take off and go play offensively. But I think just kind of rounding out the defensive zone and playing like the full 200 feet is kind of something that just being a complete player is something me and my coaches and everyone's kind of talked about.
Are there any specific goals that you've set for yourself?
No, not really. Not yet, at least. I haven't really kind of thought about any goals or anything like that. Just kind of in different practices, using different things that can kind of help me into the game scenarios for different situations like that.
Canes fans are really used to seeing you on the wing, but associate head coach Matt Anholt says he could see the team trying you at center this year with a heightened role on the penalty kill. How do you feel your skill set kind of serves that challenge?
Yeah, I think I kind of want to try a little bit of center. I think just kind of I feel like I'm fast and a dynamic skater through the middle of the ice. So I think kind of just getting the puck through the middle and making plays to the outside, kind of entering the zone and just creating offense like that. And then obviously playing center will help me round out the full complete game too. So I think that's something that'll be a lot of help in that area and kind of just teach me different things. And then obviously like face-offs are a big thing, like at the next level. If you can win some face-offs, you can play in some key minutes and stuff like that. So it's kind of all something that'll translate to the next level and something I want to try out.
Lethbridge had a lot of good moments this year, but playoffs didn't last as long as you'd like. But we've got some star players at all positions. We're expecting to have you back, Noah Chadwick back on defense, Harrison Mennigan in the net. What's it going to take for this group to take that big step forward?
Yeah, I think last year's was eye setter, but I think we kind of learned from playoffs and how hard it really is to kind of play at that level. It's a whole different breed from the regular season, and then obviously you played Swift Current, who was pretty good, and they played the right way. I feel like even in that series, we had some good things. We played pretty well. The series might have not showed out how it was. I think their goalie kind of stood on his head a couple games there, but I think we have a pretty good group coming back and guys that have had the experience that we just went through. So I think that's a big thing for us, kind of just keeping that going next year through the regular season, and then finding a way to get a high seed, and then finding a way to win a couple rounds in playoffs and kind of make a push is something that we need to take a stride and look to do.
Lethbridge has also announced it will be bidding to host the Memorial Cup when it comes back out west. Why do you think the Hurricanes would be the best host for 2026?
Yeah, like I said, I think our team's pretty competitive, and I think we got a young group in us that are looking to take strides, and I think our team's going to be able to compete for that. And obviously, we got the coaching staff that is ready to do that, and GM and stuff like that who are ready to take the strides. And then obviously just the city wise and our fans, I feel like we have the best fans in the league. Kind of every game they show up and show out, and it's always rocking in our building. So I think that'd be a pretty electric spot to have it.
And you're getting ready to go from Prince George to Lethbridge, back to Nashville for camp, and then back to Lethbridge. But when you go back down to Tennessee, what impression do you want to leave them with after this camp?
Yeah, I'd say just that I got better over the summer from the last camp and that I'm taking strides. I think that's kind of the biggest thing is not being complacent, even just getting drafted and stuff like that. There's always room to get to the next level and room to improve. So I think that's kind of the biggest thing. Just leave with improvement and then keep asking questions and just looking for ways to keep getting better. And then obviously that'll be okay. And then just going back to the season and having a good season with my team.
Awesome. Well, thanks for taking the time today. Enjoy both camps and good luck this season.
Thank you.